First things first, first things first, fresh off the press, fresh off the press, fresh off the press. Sneako, Sneako in his infinite wisdom has decided to share this screenshot of a DM that he got, courtesy of somebody called Mams Taylor. I don't know who the fuck is Mams Taylor. Let me Google that actually. I don't know who Mams Taylor. Who's Mams Taylor? Oh, it's a talent. It's a promoter. Okay, Mams Taylor is a fight promoter. Mams Taylor's a fight promoter. He's an English boxing promoter, talent manager, and former musician. He's best known for being KSI's talent manager and also being the president of Proper Loud and co-president of Misfit Boxing. Oh shit, I had no idea who this guy is. Okay, cool. So Sneako leaked a very exclusive, a very private. It actually says here in the DM. It says in the DM, private and confidential. But Mams Taylor, Sneako decided to leak it to his audience. What a fucking boss, right? What an absolute legend. Big up Sneako. Sneako's exposing basically Andrew Tate, because Andrew Tate and Sneako have this beef going on at the moment. I'm sure some of you guys are aware. Do you guys know about this? I'm sure you don't care, but let me just start with this. When that whole thing went down in Miami, do you guys remember that? When that thing went down in Miami, when Nick Fuentes, Cavicula, Fresh and Fit, the Tate brothers, they all went to Miami and they went out to a club, and somebody within that group got the DJ to play Kanye's legendary and infamous track Heil Hitler, and they were obviously, you know, they were going crazy to a track in the club, singing along to the lyrics. That clip went viral, and that resulted in Clavicula and Sneako getting banned from all Miami clubs. Every single Miami club banned them from going in their clubs again after that video went viral. The other fallout from that video was everyone trying to find out who actually got the DJ to play the song. So at first they were blaming Andrew Tate, the Tate brothers, but then Andrew Tate, soon after that club appearance, he went on a bit of a media tour, because I think he was in Miami for something anyway. So he went on a podcast tour, and the first podcast he went on, I think might have been PBD or one of those podcasts, but basically Andrew Tate did something that not a lot of us expected him to do. He threw everyone under the bus. Everyone he went to in that club, who you would imagine were his friends and his peers, when he went on PBD and they asked him about that song that was played in the club, Andrew Tate immediately threw everyone under the bus. But he especially threw Sneako under the bus. And he said he blamed Sneako for the Heil Hitler song being played in the club. Now, the reality of the situation was Sneako wasn't the one that got the DJ to play the music in the club. The person that got the DJ to play the music in the club was fucking Walter from Fresh and Fit. Walter from Fresh and Fit is the one that got these play the music club, but no one wanted to snitch. Andrew Tate snitched first, snitched on the wrong person, because him and Sneako have always had a bit of friction anyway. He went on podcast, told everyone Sneako was the one that played the song. I don't know Sneako. Sneako's a dickhead. He's a this, he's a that. Just, you know, basically throwing him under the bus. Sneako obviously was kind of offended and hurt by that, because he thought him and Andrew Tate were good and they got on good terms and they, you know, smooth things over. And then since then they've been having a back and forth war. They've been having the back and forth little battle, a bit of beef on social media. And at some point Andrew Tate said, okay, cool, enough of this back and forth, let's organize a boxing match and fight in a ring. But Sneako, and I think he's been right in this, Sneako's basically suggestion is that Andrew Tate wants to fight Sneako, obviously because he's much bigger than Sneako, so he'll obviously win because weight classes matter. But the other reason as well is that Andrew Tate's kind of relevance, notoriety is somewhat suffering ever since he lost that boxing fight against Chase Moore, and just some other things in general. A lot of people within that kind of red pill manosphere space are saying that Andrew Tate is no longer top G. So Sneako is basically going out of his way to not agree to the terms of the boxing fight, or at least, I think the last time I remember checking what Sneako was saying, he was like, look, I know I'll lose because this guy's much bigger than me, and he clearly needs this fight more than me because he's clearly not as rich as he says he is, but if he wants this fight, he has to give me 6 million. So I think Sneako was like, if you want to fight me, I'll do the fight, but only for 6 million. So I guess they've been going back and forth, and then Sneako decided to leak the details of the deal to social media vis-a-vis this private DMs or SMS texts he had with I guess the manager or the owner of Misfit Boxing, who I showed you already, called Mams Taylor. So this is the SMS or the iMessage, sorry, that Sneako got, where he's talking to Mams Taylor about the deal, and this is what they're proposing. A private confidential deal terms. Andrew Tate v Sneako. Location US or UAE. It's going to be 5 rounds of 3 minutes, or is that 5 times 3? Is that 5 rounds 3 minutes, or is that 5 minute 3 rounds? I'm not too sure. Either way, the date is going to be roughly around Q3. Weight is going to be TBD. We should discuss and come up with a fair solution. There's no fair solution. Like, Sneako's fucking super skinny. Nothing they'll do will make it fair. Fee is $1 million plus back end. Promo, announcement and presser launch, as well as a fight week obligations such as presser, open workout, weigh-ins, travel and accommodation, 2 business class tickets, free economy, 4 rooms, 1 suite at a luxury hotel. Ground travel covered by Misfits. Rematch clause is $2 million plus a fee. Really? So there's more money for the rematch. Huh. Interesting, right? I wonder why they did that. Oh, I guess the rematch, they want that because that's odd, isn't it? I've never heard that before. Usually the first fight is more money than the rematch. But for some reason they're offering more for the rematch than they are for the actual fight. Huh, the initial fight. I don't know why that is. Interesting. Maybe because if Andrew Tate loses, no, if Sneako loses, I don't know. It's weird. It's strange detail there. Anyway, it continues. You keep all the sponsorship revenue, and we can help with that if needed. I estimate 250 to 500,000. If on Rumble we can get your account reinstated, we would need to work out a fair solution on weight. Let me know if everything else looks fair and acceptable, and I'll start working on the date, venue, and contracts. Wow. So Sneako exposed that. Again, I don't really care about seeing them fight.
Gun.
Yo, big up. I've seen this.
Build up always for rematch.
Build up always for a rematch. But have you ever heard of the rematch making? I understand that the why the rematch is important. Don't get me wrong. I understand the mechanics of that. But have you ever heard of a boxing fight where they offer more for the rematch than the initial fight? Let me know. Let me know in the comments if I'm bugging out here. I always imagine the first fight is more than the rematch because it's the fucking first fight. But anyway, who knows? Whatever, doesn't matter. Sneako explains it. Sneako explains it a little bit here. Let's listen to Sneako's explanation. He kind of explained it on stream just earlier today. Sneako explains why he leaked Mam Taylor's text message offering $1 million to fight Andrew Tate and $2 million for the rematch clause.
Travel accommodation, ground travel, yeah, rematch clause. You keep all the sponsorship revenue. Well, I'm not going to do a gambling deal, okay? You're broke! I don't need to do that. I'm not going to promote Duel. I'm not going to promote Rain Bet. I'm not going to promote Stake. I know people could argue that the fact that I stream on Kick, that it is. And that is a fair argument. I'm not going to lie. But I'm not going to take money directly from that. I'm not going to.
What do you guys think, by the way? People in the stream chat, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Andrew Tate isn't as rich as he says he is? In the same way that Floyd Mayweather isn't as rich as he says he is? What do you think in the stream chat? Is Andrew Tate not as rich as he says he is? Like the same way Floyd says he's not that, you know what I mean? What do you think? I get the feeling Andrew Tate is because his fleet of cars is crazy, right? The car collection he's got in Romania is fucking insane. So I'd imagine a lot of those cars, they're not going to be leased. I'd imagine a lot of those cars are definitely paid for, especially the way that he drives them anyway. So I don't know. I'm not too sure I buy this idea that he's not as rich as he says he is, and that he needs this money to fight Sneako. You know, I don't know, but it does seem odd that he's fighting for $1 million. You know, that's something that's kind of like
to have that money, I don't promote that. I don't want that, and I'm never going to fold on that. And if I ever do, I've sold out. I estimate 250 to 500K. Pretty good. If all on Rumble, we will get your account reinstated. They're under the impression that I got banned from Rumble. I didn't get banned from Rumble. I just didn't continue on Rumble. I wanted to grow, and there wasn't a contract that I wanted on the table, so I just left Rumble. I still have like 500,000 followers on Rumble. But I think they're like saying we would need to work out a fair solution on weight.
By the way, that's a pretty shitty sweetener for a deal. We'll get your Rumble deal reinstated. It's like, I don't give a fuck about Rumble. You know what I mean? That's not the best. That's not the best sweetener for a deal. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that will get most people over the table. We'll get you on Rumble.
Let me know if everything else looks fair and acceptable, and I'll start working on date, venue, contracts. Yeah. Well, I bet they're gonna be upset that I leaked that text, but oh well. Like, you get it. It is what it is. You guys think greedy? Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, there's a couple things. It's going to take time off the streaming. Going to need to train. Going to need to gain weight. I don't really want to gain weight, but fighting a heavyweight at somebody, as a lightweight, that's going to be a lot. Or you got to figure out what the difference is, or if there's going to be a catch weight. I don't even know how that works. And you got to figure out when it is. Maybe there's going to be a counter offer.
What would you say Sneako's weight is? Sneako, if I'm judging by my eye, I'd say Sneako's probably like what? 140, 160, 170 max, right? In terms of pounds. What would you say in the stream chat? How much do you think Sneako weighs? Probably from like 150 to 180, innit? I'd say max. 180 is probably a bit too much. Maybe 140 to 170. Andrew Tate's like what? 250 plus. Like, what kind of catch weight would make sense there? How much weight would you have to put on? Like, fucking hell. That doesn't make any... 165. Okay, Stoic Savage, 165. On point there. How would this work? Stoic Savage, you know about fighting, brother. Let me know. How would this work? How could he fight Andrew Tate in a boxing fight and it makes sense? If Andrew Tate's like 250, 230. How the fuck does that work? Would you have to put on weight or something? Put on muscle and get to what? 180, 190. Tate is not 180, man. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Tate is 180. My ass. What did Tate weigh in against Chase Demore? He's probably 220, 210. He's no way Tate is 180. There's no way. Actually, Chase Demore looked quite big compared to him, to be fair. Tate didn't look that big, but there's no way Tate is 180. I don't believe that. What you guys saying? Tate can't be 250, can he? Tate's a big boy, man. Tate's a big fucking boy. I don't know what he weighed in. Shall I check it? Let's check, actually. What did, let's see the weigh-in. Can we find it? Andrew Tate weigh-in.
You have a gun?
Big up, big up.
Take off the sunglasses. Dude is barely 200 pounds.
Okay, cool. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Let's see. Here we go. Anyway, oh, I don't want to. Oh, that's the wrong one. I don't want that. Give me the normal weigh-in, man. Where is it? It must be here, right? Weigh-in results. Let's see. Bear me a second here. Bear me a second. Let me just check out this Instagram reel. Maybe it'll show us here.
199.5 pounds for Andrew King Cobra Tate. 200 pounds bang on for the champion, Chase the God Demore.
Okay, cool. So Andrew Tate weighed in against Chase Demore at 199.9 or 0.5, and Chase Demore was 200. By the time the fight kicked off in the ring, I assume you put on a bit of weight, right? So maybe Andrew Tate was walking around in the ring about 210, 220. That makes sense. Yeah, 210, 220. Cool. So again, how the fuck would Sneako fight him? If Sneako's 165, 170, what the how is he gonna make this work? How the fuck is Sneako gonna make this work? But yeah, who cares? Let's just continue. Let's see what Sneako has to say. Let's continue. Oopsie.
Brand risk? I don't know. We got to see what else could happen. And also, I do want to make it clear that I'm not going to promote gambling like Andrew. Don't fight him. He's washed and has no motion left. Yeah, and some people are also saying that this fight is saving his reputation, right? Because the original plan was that he was going to beat Chase Demore and then fight KSI and then fight Jake Paul. Well, fuck, that didn't happen. Plans changed, and so now this is the fight on the table. And I do understand how valuable this fight is. And also, at the same time, I'm already top G.
Stole that shit.
I'm already the top G. I'm top G uncensored, right? That title is only allowed for people who aren't afraid of songs, who don't snitch and lie. So that's like, I don't really have that much to gain from that. Aura-wise, I don't. Andrew has everything to gain aura-wise from this. He's out there to see blood. He's been wanting to knock me out and fight me for a long time. And so this is an opportunity. So he's here ready to fix his reputation, right, to get the aura back that he lost after the last loss. And I thought he handled it well. I gave him props for that. I'm not going to disrespect somebody for getting in the ring. It is funny, though. I saw Chase Demore like the tweet. I saw Chase Demore liked that tweet. I was wondering if he was thinking, fuck, they did not pay me that much. They did not pay me. Because that was a lot of, I don't know. I doubt $1 mill's too low. Tate will make 20 to 30 mil. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Brother, why leak this? It says Wade, got to keep things private and operate like a professional. Well, respect. Okay, a couple things. One, I can do what I want. Two, I don't owe Misfits anything. Three, I don't owe Tate anything. Four, this is also, if you think about it, a pretty good negotiation tactic. Five, it gives credibility to the fact that for people that I was saying I was lying about the fight. Six, I didn't sign anything. Like, I could just, what does this change? What does this change? They're not going to want to do it anymore afterwards? So what? Like, I don't have anything. What do I have to lose here? What do I have to, I don't really have much to gain from doing this fight or not doing it. It's not like it's like, this is not a big deal for me, or the fan base love speech doesn't even really like need this fight.
That's a good place to come to, man. That's a good negotiation position. I'm not going to lie. That is a brilliant negotiation position to be in. It seems like he really doesn't give a fuck about the fight. He's not that bothered about it. He clearly knows that Andrew Tate needs this more than he does to kind of get back from that horrible Chase Demore loss. And just not even the loss against Chase Demore is the bad thing. It's the performance, isn't it? I think the loss to Chase Demore is what it is. It's boxing. Sometimes a guy can get the better of you on the day. It's the performance that was super horrendous, isn't it? His lack of cardio, the fact that he looked the way that he looked, despite allegedly having some sort of illustrious boxing fucking career and fucking, you know what I mean? It just didn't make any sense. None of that shit fucking made sense. So I understand that Andrew Tate wants to get back in the ring and get his lick back, but it also kind of goes to show how much of a coward and a pussy Andrew Tate is. Because if I'm Andrew Tate and I'm meant to be this like top alpha male guy, the king of all alphas, I'm screaming at all these kids on on social media and reminding them that they're poor and I'm rich every fucking 5 seconds. I'm fucking ranting in my Bugatti. I'm walking around with expensive watches and living in Dubai and my Romania and traveling here, traveling there. I'm doing all these rich boy things, right? I'm this big badass, right? If I'm Andrew Tate and I lost to Chase Demore the way he lost to Chase Demore, fuck fighting bleach blonde haired, former model YouTuber 165-pound Sneako. Go fight somebody your own size. I don't know who in particular. I don't know. True Geordie or something, right? Imagine if Andrew Tate was like, fuck this, I'm gonna fight True Geordie. Go fight fucking True Geordie. Put your gloves up and go fight somebody your own size or your own age mate, instead of picking on a kid that's like 165, 170 pounds. Like, come on, man, allow it. That's not cool. And even if he knocks him out, and what? Like, you know what I mean? You don't suddenly become top G again overnight. You don't suddenly have everyone respect again. It's such a lame way to try and get his get back, man. Such a lame way to get his get back. But no, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. So let's see how it pans out.